Well, my name's Matt. Tonto to my friends, because my last name's Taranjo, and it's too hard for anyone to remember how to pronounce. So they call me Tonto. I've been in law enforcement 26 years. I'm a third generation officer. My dad retired after 20 something years, and my grandfather was a police officer down in Florida, which was kind of funny. I'll get into that later, how the big circle of my life, because I started my career in Florida, and no one ever told me that where I was in Florida was where my grandfather was a police officer until later on. So pretty neat. Before that, before law enforcement, of 26 years, I did 8 years of military. I was in the Army. Desert Storm veteran. For you military folks, it was an 11 Bravo 2 Papa Quebec 6, which was airborne infantry, NCO, and then I moved into long range surveillance. So, and then before that, I was just a punk in high school. When I was 8 years old, I knew I was going to be a police officer, no doubt. I mean, they were 10 feet tall and bulletproof, and they were giants and men among men, and I was a barracks rat. I used to hang out with my dad all the time down, my uncle was the chief of police. So, my godfather was my dad's lieutenant. And, I just knew everybody that was everybody and had all kinds of fun times. They took me shooting, and my dad was a bomb detective. So we got to blow stuff up, and it was a glorious time as a kid. I knew it would give me skills, which it absolutely did. I mean, now are they all the best skills? Well, they work. I mean, it gives you a work ethic. It teaches you a command structure, because law enforcement is paramilitary anyway, and they have a command structure. But if you've never been in the military, you don't understand that side of it, what that structure is all about. So it prepared me. Plus, I got to be Rambo and, jump out of airplanes and play with $1 million equipment, and just, I've been to more countries than most people know how to spell. And it was just a phenomenal 8 years. I've done all kinds of stuff, been all the way around, been around the world and back again. And so it was, and they paid me for it. I didn't have to pay them. So it was an education beyond my wildest dreams. I did the Desert Shield, did the Desert Storm, and experienced combat for the face to face, and invaluable lessons. And it changes you too. I mean, that's the beginning. You'll never be tested greater than when you're in combat. In my military time, I was really young when that was all going on, and kind of oblivious. Now, to a point. I had no real remorse. Combat's combat. People die. Some by your hand. But again, I was in my 20s, so what we did, we were heroes, right? Rock stars. But I got back, and guess what? Thou shalt not kill. So, and once you look the beast in the eye, he reaches in, takes a bit of your soul. That's the price you pay. It costs. There's a cost. Now, you can hide it. You can run away from it. You can push it down, but it never leaves. Anyone thinking of a career in law enforcement, it's going to change them. I mean, all you see is the worst the human animal can present. So there's been some fantastic times, and there's been some incredibly tragic times. So it's wait till you have to go to your first notification of a parent. because you don't want it to happen to you. You think you know what's going. I mean, wow. Imagine somebody knocking on your door in the middle of the night, waking you up. But then you go joke, and that's our defense mechanism. You know, I get with my buddies, and we tell all kinds of sick jokes. And, you know, some guy can blow his head off, and I can be standing over the body asking my buddy where we want to go have spaghetti for lunch. You know, it's a mechanism, and